and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something I'm super excited to sit down and film because I'm collabing with Alexis from Always Forever Greens. I love her channel. She's one of the first people I really started watching. Like, I don't know if that's weird, but I think I enjoy watching her videos so much because her life is so similar to my life. She has 2 little kids, just like I do, and she's also a military wife, so I relate a lot to watching her videos, and it kind of feels like when I'm watching her videos, like I know what she's going through because I've probably been there. So I really enjoy her channel and her content. Her family is super cute. So if you guys haven't checked out her channel, make sure you do so. All of her channel information will be left down below, along with her New Year's resolutions for 2019. So between the two of us, you guys should have a lot of ideas. Maybe you guys think, or we'll hear one between one of us or both of us that you'll be like, yes, that's what I want to focus on this year. So I'm just going to be sharing with you guys what I'm personally going to be focusing on this year, and hopefully we can all keep each other accountable, because usually in the beginning of the year everyone's like super motivated, and then by the time I feel like it hits like March or April, everyone's kind of like, nah, and they all kind of stop. So I've picked goals that I really think are manageable for me this year. I don't want to pick anything that's like super far-fetched or super out of reach, just because then by the end of the year I'm like disappointed that I didn't get anything off of my resolutions list. I feel like I don't feel like I really accomplished anything, and like I really defeated the goals for this year. So I always try to keep my goals manageable, but last year my goals were very much about self-love and self-care. I really wanted to take the year to focus on myself because I just had a baby toward the end of last year, so my second daughter was born at the end of September, so I just really wanted to take the year to focus on myself. And last year was also my first like full year being at a duty station, and my husband was gone the whole year. So it was really just me and my pregnancy, school, and then toward the end of the year I had the newborn and my husband was still gone, so it was like I put a lot of my time and energy into other people and other things, obviously my children, which should always come first, but I really wanted to take this last year in 2018 and focus on myself, find things that made me happy, and I really feel like I crushed last year's resolution, so it makes me really excited for this year. But I'm just going to go ahead and hop into my resolutions. Just to keep things super easy and kind of organized for you guys, I decided to break all of my resolutions down, and I ended up with 3 categories, which are personal, family, and career. And I'm just going to start in the personal category. So my first goal in the personal category was reading. This is something that I'm bringing from my last year's resolutions. This is the one resolution last year that I did better on. I definitely read more than I did in previous years, but not enough where I feel like, yep, I can check it off my list and put something else there. I want to continue trying to read more and making that time to read. I'm not going to put a number on like, I want to read 5 books by the end of the year. Like, that isn't something that I feel is manageable for me. I just want to read enough to make me feel satisfied. So if that means I read 2 books out of the year or 3 books throughout the year, that's totally fine, but I just want to take the time to really read more. The next thing in the personal category is I want to start checking things off of my bucket list while I'm still young and able to do these things. I'm 21 years old, and this is the first time I'm not pregnant, not trying to be pregnant. It's just not the time for us right now to be adding another child into our family, and we don't plan on adding a child to our family within the next 6 to 9 months probably. So I really just want to take this time and check some things off of my bucket list. And as I'm filming this, it's December 18th, and I already have something in the works, so make sure you guys subscribe and turn on your bell notifications, because I have a whole new series coming to my channel for 2019 that involves taking something off of my bucket list. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you're kind of curious on what that might be. But some things I have on my bucket list, just to go through really quick, are like really crazy things. Like, I want to go skydiving. I want to like I want to scuba dive, like I want to swim with sharks, like I want to go to Alaska and see the whale migration, I want to see the northern lights, I want to do a ton of crazy things that my husband just totally isn't in for. So I'm going to start trying to check some of those things off of my bucket list this year. The next thing I really want to get into this year is podcasts. It's something I really haven't dabbled in at all, but it seems like something I would really enjoy, so I just want to try to get into podcasts a little bit more. So if you guys have any recommendations, definitely leave them down below for me. Let me know what some of your favorites are. One I am really interested in is the one that Audrey Roloff and Jeremy Roloff have. I know they just started a podcast. I'm kind of interested in that. So that might be one that I'm gonna check out, but let me know if you guys have some favorites down below. The next resolution that honestly I think is going to be the absolute hardest for me is to get a better morning routine for myself. This is something I haven't really talked about on my channel a whole heck of a lot, but I was diagnosed with bipolar in my early teens, and with that comes bipolar related insomnia, so I have a really hard time sleeping, and just personally my body needs a lot more rest, a lot more sleep to function and to keep my moods level and things like that. That's just something I've learned personally. I was diagnosed almost 10 years ago, so it's something that I know for myself. So it's really hard for me to get myself to bed early enough to wake up before my kids, and even if I can just wake up 10 minutes before them just to like brush my hair, brush my teeth, wash my face, maybe take a shower, just something easy. I don't feel like I want to wake up and do a workout or anything like that right away in the morning. I just want to be able to get up before my kids and have a little bit, just 10 minutes to ease into my day is something that I'm kind of looking for. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the one I struggle with the most. So the last thing I have in this category, in the personal category, is I want to invest in myself. Whether that be I really like running, maybe I'm going to invest in a new running outfit and a pair of shoes. Or maybe I'm going to invest in a new camera or lighting or something for my channel. Maybe I'll invest in like a 6-week course at the community college just to keep fresh. Maybe like a photography course or an editing course. Or I just want to invest in myself this year. I feel like as a mom, that's something I don't do enough, is to invest time and money specifically into myself, just because you want to give everything to your kids. And me and my husband are trying really hard to save money right now, just because we have a really big move coming very soon. But like I mentioned earlier in this video, we are a military family. We recently were given the news that my husband is going to be being medically retired from the military. He sustained an injury, and they found that he's no longer fit for duty. So they are going to medically retire him. And right now we're in the end stages of that, so we could be leaving very, very shortly. So moving is costly, and yes, the Army does provide some assistance with that and things like that, but just so we feel more secure in that, in ourselves, and being able to provide everything while we're transitioning from military life to civilian life, because it is going to be a transition, so we'd like to have a little bit of that safety net in there. Moving on to the family category, the first thing I have in this category is date nights. So because my husband's job requires a lot of time for him, he's gone for days, weeks, months, extended periods of time at a time, and date nights aren't something that come along very often. We're going on 3 years of marriage, and in the 3 years we've been married, he's probably been home a year and a half maybe. Obviously not all at once, but that's just this life. I knew that that was going to be a thing coming into it, so that's not a surprise to me. I'm not complaining about that at all, but it does make it hard to put time into your marriage and do date nights and stuff, especially because we are young parents. A lot of the times I feel like we're 40 or 50, and we're not. We're only 21, but I just want to be able to take time with my husband and kind of slow down, especially while we are back home. And you know, grandma and grandpa will love on their granddaughters, and me and Joe can kind of go out and have consistent date nights is what I'm looking for. Like maybe once a month we have a date night, whether that be in-house or we go out and we do something. that's something I really want to focus on this year. Going hand in hand with that, I want to do date nights with my girls, whether this be individual like me and one child, or me, my husband, and one child. I just want to be able to take that time to really invest into each of my girls one at a time. They are getting older. They're very close in age. For anyone who doesn't know, my oldest daughter London is 3, my youngest daughter Lakin is 1. So as they're getting older, they are craving more individual attention, and that's something that I want to be able to provide for them coming into the new year is, like I said, whether that be once a month, making sure that I'm spending time with just London or just Lakin and giving them some of that individual attention that they need as individuals, because I think that's so important, especially once you start having more children, is just to make sure that they both are getting the attention and the love that they need to thrive. So she is starting to talk a little bit, but she does still rely heavily on sign language, so this is something that I want to learn for her. I feel like it's important. She's obviously family. We're going to be around her a lot, and I want to be able to communicate with her properly. And I do work in the medical field. I don't work right now. Right now I am a stay-at-home mom, but when we do move back home, I do plan on working, and obviously learning sign language and being able to communicate with that. Working in the medical field is obviously something great to put on a resume, and it's just good to know. So I want to be able to learn maybe just the basics, a few simple things, just to be able to communicate kind of the basics, and then maybe I'll learn further and further on. So the last thing I have in the family category is to build our house. This is not something I've talked about a whole lot on my channel. Maybe I've mentioned it once or twice, but we are in the process of building a home. We are originally from Wisconsin, so we have to wait for the ground to thaw, otherwise the concrete slab is going to crack, because if you try to pour anything while the ground's still frozen, the slab will freeze. And the ground has to be thawed so that they can put all of the piping in and everything that needs to go under the house. So it's going to be a little bit, and always there's a money factor. It takes a lot of money to build a house and to buy land and things like that, so it's something that I want to start and be hopefully moved into by the end of the year. That's kind of me and my husband's personal goal, is that we can be moved into this house by the end of the year. The last category I have is career. I didn't really know what to call this category because I only have one goal in this category, kind of, and that's more for my YouTube channel. I just want to grow this year. I really want to put a lot more time into my channel this year. I just want to put a lot more time into my channel this year and really focus in on finding my own style when it comes to how my videos look and how they're edited. I want to learn more about my camera and all the different features it has on it. I want to learn more about editing and just kind of improve the quality of my videos, the quality of my thumbnails. I just want everything overall to be better. So this whole year I'm going to put in to my channel is just learning and figuring everything out. I want to figure everything out, how I want everything to look, how I want the feel of my channel to be, and obviously to grow. I don't know. I do plan on making a whole separate video on my resolutions specifically just for my YouTube channel. That video should be up shortly. If not, if it's already up, I'll link it somewhere for you guys. But if it's not already up, it will be. Just because I feel like this is a whole video in and out of itself. But in a nutshell, I just want to grow my channel and find out what I want my YouTube style to be. Well, that's it. Those are all of my resolutions for 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any resolutions that are similar to mine, or we both have something in common, make sure you tell me down below. I want to know what your guys' New Year's resolutions are, even if they are nowhere similar to mine. And let's kind of hold each other accountable. Let's crush the year of 2019. If you haven't already, make sure you go over to Alexis's channel and check out her video. Everything will be linked down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you're coming over from Alexis's channel. I would love to have you here and be part of the family. And yeah. But I'll see you guys in my next video.